Terrebonne Parish School District is now hiring bus drivers. A valid CDL is required. If you don't have a CDL, we have paid training available. You must be able to pass a medical health exam and a drug test. Our salary range is very competitive with similar jobs starting at $26 per hour. Benefits include free health insurance and retirement. Contact the TPSD Transportation Office at 876-7400 or apply online at www.tpsd.org.
Good evening and welcome to our show, Going Public. I'm Renee Fonseca, and joining us tonight is Dr. Monica Breaux, the Terrebonne Parish School District Assistant Superintendent. I would like to thank you for taking time out of your schedule tonight to discuss the opening of the 2026-2027 school year.
Thank you for having me, Renee.
I know time goes so fast, and with it already, summer nearly coming to an end, we're already starting the next school year.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and start talking about it. Are Terrebonne Parish schools ready to welcome students back for the upcoming year?
Yes. Our first day with the students is August the 5th, and principals have been back at school since around July 20th, attending meetings, getting their schools ready to welcome the students. And a lot of principals let the teachers come in early if they'd like to, and they can, spruce up their bulletin boards, organize their classrooms, and those kinds of things. So we are ready.
So I know you just kind of mentioned a few things. What has the district been doing over the summer to prepare the campuses for the students' return?
Well, all of the custodians have been, waxing the floors, doing some touch-up painting. There's some construction projects that have been going on as well, trying to finish up some of those things. Just trying to spruce everything up and get everything fresh so that when the students come in, everything looks like it's new.
And have there been any major improvements or upgrades this summer to school campuses?
Yes. So the first thing is South Terrebonne has, the front yard is nice and clear again. The modulars have been moved out. Two of our schools, they're getting vestibules, those little areas where parents will come into the school and kind of be waited on there at Acadian and Coteau Bayou Blue. There's an HVAC project that has been going on at Village East, so they're getting an upgrade in their air conditioning. Terrebonne High, of course, is getting a facelift, and so there's a lot of construction and remodeling and updating of Terrebonne High. The softball field at Terrebonne has also been being worked on. And then there's a major fencing project going on at Schriever that should be completed very soon.
So we have lots of exciting projects going on, so students can expect to see that when they return.
Yes, a little bit. Some of them will look a little bit different. The vestibules are a new look in our schools because we didn't have that before.
Let's go ahead and kind of change gears a little bit. Let's talk about enrollment. How is the student enrollment looking for this school year?
Student enrollment looks to be about the same. We're staying right under 15,000, students total in the district, but it's kind of ramped up at the beginning of July where parents are coming in and enrolling students from other places, but our enrollment seems to be consistent.
Now, if a parent is looking to enroll their student, are there opportunities for the parent to still register their child?
Yes. We have online registration, and that can be found at tpsd.org on our district website. They can also go to the school after July 20th and the principals and secretaries are back. Parents can actually go to the school to register their child, or they can always have the option to come to the central office in the CWA, the Child Welfare and Attendance Department, to do the paperwork there as well. So there's a couple of options there for parents.
And this would be for any student that is just starting school in pre-K and any student who may be moving from another state or parish?
Yes, ma'am.
So it's for both. They can register.
For both.
Okay, perfect. What documents would a parent need when registering that new student?
So if it's a brand new student, they'll need the birth certificate, the immunization record. Proof of residency is big. They'll need 2 proofs of residency, a lease or a lease agreement, a water bill, gas bill, or electric bill. a social security card. And then if they're registering from another district, we would like to have their last report card and then the name and address of the school that they attended so that we can request records and they can, come in a timely fashion.
And I know we just talked about a little bit about registration. I know the process has changed. How has the district worked to streamline registration and the enrollment processes over the last few years?
I think having the online enrollment opportunity for parents makes it easier. They don't have to leave their job if they're working to register their child. They can do it at their convenience, and then they can upload those documents in the registration portal when they open it up, and it just makes it more convenient for them. Having it online is probably a lot quicker than doing it in person.
And so you said the parents are able to just use their phone and snap pictures now, so it's very easy.
Yes.
So good. Well, I want to, that is definitely a much simpler process than in the past.
Yeah.
With our teachers, I know every year we have vacancy lists. How are we looking? Do we have all of our teaching positions filled at this point?
Just about all positions are filled. There's a few here and there that will be filled at the last minute, but pretty much all of our schools are staffed and ready to go.
What staffing challenges do we face in our district, if any?
Just making sure that we have certified people. That's always a challenge in some of the most challenging areas, like middle school. Sometimes it's hard to fill in certain areas. So just the certification, we want to make sure that students have an effective certified teacher in front of them, at all times. And we do hire some that are not certified that may be working toward certification as well. That's always a challenge.
And if someone is listening that is interested in possibly a vacancy that we may have, do we have the vacancy list on our school website?
Yes. All they have to do is click on employment on the district website, and there's a teacher vacancy list. They can go there and see what openings are still available.
All right. We do have to take a short break. Please continue to join us after the break to continue hearing about the 2026-27 school year.
Terrebonne Parish School District is now hiring bus drivers. A valid CDL is required. If you don't have a CDL, we have paid training available. You must be able to pass a medical health exam and a drug test. Our salary range is very competitive with similar jobs starting at $26 per hour. Benefits include free health insurance and retirement. Contact the TPSD Transportation Office at 876-7400 or apply online at www.tpsd.org.
Good evening and welcome to our show, Going Public. I'm Renee Fonseca, and if you are just joining us tonight, joining me tonight is Dr. Monica Brew, the Terrebonne Parish School District Assistant Superintendent.
Hi.
Hi. Before the break, I know we were talking about teaching, and if we had any teachers, that may be listening. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the support that the district may provide for those teachers. What opportunities are available for them?
Okay, so we have our new teacher conference. This year will be July 24th to 30th. It's 4 days. It'll be 4 days of learning. Superintendent Butler wanted to make sure that we took a deeper dive into some of the curriculums that we use and just kind of stretch some of the topics that we do present at this to give these new teachers more time to practice some of those things. Also, our curriculum specialist will be attending some training at the state level called the New Teacher Experience. And so once they complete that training, they'll be able to come back to the district to redeliver those modules, because they'll be learning different modules to our new teachers throughout the school year. We're hoping to build a stronger support system for our new teachers. And then, of course, at each school, usually principals assign new teachers a mentor either in their grade level and or somewhere in the school to be able to support them with any needs. Also, our vision for our curriculum specialist this year will be to support these new teachers in the school, like during teacher collaborations, possibly going in and observing, and then giving them some feedback to help them grow and, become those effective teachers.
Yes, our district wants to retain those teachers and provide that support.
Yeah.
Have we had any types of leadership or administration changes that you'd like to discuss?
Yes. So we have added 6 instructional coaches to our staff, and they will be serving 6 of our schools. So those will be coming, and we'll probably talk more about those in later episodes. But at Caldwell Middle School, we have Annette Kimball and Alexis Voisin. Annette's the principal. Alexis is the assistant principal. At Ellender, we have Mr. Jacoby Frank, who's the new principal there, and assistant principal Ruth Celestine. Grand Caillou Elementary has Megan Rourke as principal and Megan Kennedy as assistant principal. Southdown has Tara Portier as principal, Danielle Lagarde assistant principal, and Schriever, Megan LaBeouf is now the assistant principal there. Some of these changes were made toward the middle or end of the school year, but those positions will be in place for the upcoming school year. And then, of course, in our in the supervisor and district leadership roles, of course, we have Ms. Cheryl DeGrees is now Chief of Operations, and then our federal supervisor for federal programs is Amanda Callahan, and then Dr. Marquita Grant is our assessment and accountability supervisor. So just a few changes there.
So with those changes, I'm sure they're busy getting everything ready, everything
Yes.
ready for that start.
Yes.
With the start of school this coming year, if we have any parents that may be watching, what should the parents know about the bus routes and transportation this year?
Okay, so all of that is housed on our district website. If they click on transportation, everything that they need to know is there. It's live, it's updated immediately. When changes are made, when they update the routes and things like that, it's automatically done on the website. So the information there is always current. As changes are made in the routes, they're automatically, shown in those links on the on our district website.
Does our district have any changes with the busing or transportation procedures this year?
Not that I know of, not many changes in procedures, but because some of the things that they've worked out in the past few years seem to be working. So again, if there are any changes in procedures, they will definitely be put on our district website.
And that's how parents can access everything regarding that, the
Yes.
district website.
Yes.
And if a parent, let's go ahead and kind of talk a little more. School safety. I know that is a parent's major topic. That's always one of the things. They want to make sure that their child is safe at school.
Yes.
What measures are in place to ensure students' safety and why?
Okay. So we are following the 20-point safety plan that's been in place for a couple of years now. So we're trying to make sure that most of our schools have perimeter fencing so that, they're safe inside of their zone, their school zone. All of our schools have single point entry. So to get in, you have to be buzzed into the school to get in. And that's to prevent just anyone just walking into the school. And once they get into the school, if they're there to volunteer or they're there for a meeting with the teacher or the principal, we have what's called a Raptor system, and they take their driver's license and they run it through this little machine, and it does background checks, and it gives them a name tag, and it shows their picture, and it tells why they're at school. So those are some of the safety measures that we have in place as of this time.
And did we have any major updates to any of the security protocols this year?
No major updates. Each school's updating their crisis plans on their campuses, making sure that everybody knows what their role is in different types of emergencies. We're doing the same thing at the district level as well. We do have our security coordinator, Mr. Gary Williams. He's been working on some things. And so just having everybody being consistent and updating their plans and ensuring that everybody knows their role in case of emergencies and those kinds of things.
Yeah, it's better to be prepared. We do have to take a short break, Please continue to join us after the break.
Terrebonne Parish School District is now hiring bus drivers. A valid CDL is required. If you don't have a CDL, we have paid training available. You must be able to pass a medical health exam and a drug test. Our salary range is very competitive with similar jobs starting at $26 per hour. Benefits include free health insurance and retirement. Contact the TPSD Transportation Office at 876-7400 or apply online at www.tpsd.org.
Welcome back to Going Public. I'm Renee Fonseca, and joining us tonight from the Terrebonne Parish School District is Dr. Monica Brew, the Assistant Superintendent.
Thank you, Renee.
I'd like to thank you again for joining us. I know before the break we were talking about school safety, and the importance of school safety. We're going to go ahead now and also talk about academics. That's another, important thing. Parents want to know more about that.
Yes, yes.
What academic goals has the district set for the 2026-2027 school year?
So, we have several goals. One of the main goals is for us to ensure that every student has an effective teacher in front of them every day. Mm-hmm. Also, we want to ensure that our core instructional curricula is, high quality. Teachers know what they're presenting to students. It matches the standards that they're teaching to the rigor that it needs to be taught at. We want our students to be proficient, which means when they take these standardized tests, we want them to score mastery and above. And so all of our goals are going to center around making sure that students are proficient. We also have goals, pertaining to the new accountability system. Mm-hmm. Growth is a big component of achievement levels now. And so part of our goal is to ensure that every student is growing. We want to make sure that they're closing the gaps if they're on the lower end of achievement levels. And the higher end, we want to keep them high. We want to keep them growing. Also, the Thrive component, for high schools, that's, looking at the national tests like ACT, making sure that, they're meeting the components of that Thrive section on the new accountability system.
Well, how will our district continue to improve our student achievement?
So, making sure that, again, that our instruction is strong, mm-hmm. Ensuring that we're meeting students where they are. We're conducting, small group interventions so that we can close some of the gaps that students have. Making sure teachers have professional development opportunities. Curriculum specialists going into the schools and, observing and giving feedback, meeting with teachers during teacher collaborations, looking at student work to see what are they, where the gaps are.
And I know we kind of talked about, you kind of mentioned some of that, and not all of our students learn the same. Mm-hmm. What is our district going to do to help those struggling students?
So we have, high dose tutoring is an initiative from the state. It's mm-hmm. actually in policy. And so that those students that are not proficient, we take them in small groups and we conduct interventions with them. We see where their areas of need are and, work on those basic skills that they need to be able to progress through their grade levels. We have programs like Lexia for reading that are some online programs that can help with interventions. Also, iReady for math. They can work on those basic skills that students need to be able to be successful in that grade level.
So we're working on those interventions. We're trying to help mm-hmm. those kids.
Yes.
What about any new academic programs? Are we introducing any new ones this school year that students may not be familiar with?
We are going to be implementing integrated math into mm-hmm. 9th grade in high school this year. The State Department is going to be transitioning high school assessments. They're going to be taking a comprehensive assessment next year instead of just the Algebra 1, Geometry, English 1, English 2. They're changing the way high schoolers are going to be assessed. So in order to meet those needs for the following school year, we're going to implement integrated math in 9th grade, and then next year we'll do the integrated math 2 in 10th grade. So that'll be something new coming on the horizon for our students.
And I know for students to be successful academically, they have to be present. And I know, a lot of times with our attendance rates, we have some, decreasing attendance rates. What message would you like to get across to parents regarding attendance?
So students need to be at school every day. That's their opportunity to learn, to grow, and connect with other students. We know that regular attendance is one of the most important factors in student success at school. So if they're not here, they're not getting that direct instruction. And they're not, having peer-to-peer discussions. They're not building relationships with teachers and their friends. And so missing school makes it difficult for them to keep up with their work. So they really need to be at school. We are going to be building in some attendance incentives and things like that through our CWA department, and those will be forthcoming as well.
And what are some of the district's expectations regarding student behavior, discipline, attendance, et cetera? Okay,
so this summer we've been working on a discipline matrix, and I think this is going to be a great thing for all of our schools and all of our students. It's from pre-K to 12th grade, and it's going to keep the consequences and expectations for discipline and infractions consistent across schools. It's not going to be this school gives this consequence for this infraction and another school gives something totally different. So we're going to be introducing a discipline matrix to all of our principals to provide for the beginning of school.
Some consistency across the board.
Yes.
Will that be available for parents to view as well?
Yes, it'll be in the student code of conduct, yes.
So they will know. Well, it was a pleasure having you on the show. It does look like we're out of time. I'm sure you'll be on throughout the school year, so I look forward to seeing you again. We would like to thank you, our viewers, for watching. Don't forget to join us every week on Going Public. Good night.
Terrebonne Parish School District is now hiring bus drivers. A valid CDL is required. If you don't have a CDL, we have paid training available. You must be able to pass a medical health exam and a drug test. Our salary range is very competitive with similar jobs starting at $26 per hour. Benefits include free health insurance and retirement. Contact the TPSD Transportation Office at 876-7400 or apply online at www.tpsd.org.